Aloha folks, and welcome back to Kimo's Oh No Grinds. Today we're going to do a recipe called Tamale Pie. It's actually made with cornbread and it's kind of like a chili mix, but I add a lot more ingredients to it than what the recipe calls for. Actually, I grew up with this when I was little. Obviously, that's how you usually grow up, is little. But anyways, but like I said, I do a few more things. So actually I'm going to do a cornmeal mixture. I'm actually going to add, some cornmeal. You can buy this in any store. Again, the recipes will come up. And this is my version of cornbread. I'm going to add some diced chilies. They're not hot.
Green chilies?
They're green chilies, yes. And then I'm also going to add some cream of corn just to give it some more cornness, because it doesn't have enough. Again, none of this stuff's expensive. We shop at a big store. And then I'm going to add some evaporated milk. It's basically the whole can. So we're going to do that. And I'm going to actually do a couple of cups of water. And that's it. So I'm basically going to incorporate it. I put it on a whisk because you're going to be cooking this. I put it about medium, so about 4 or 5. And what you want to do is just do this kind of stuff. Incorporate all the ingredients, and you're basically going to get it to where it's a little bit thicker. So it's going to take me a little while, probably about 10-15 minutes to do it. And I'm actually some cheese. And actually this is hamburger for my tamale pie. We're going to just do ground beef, and then I'm going to add my other ingredients. It's going to be a bell pepper, some onion, some whole kernel corn, enchilada sauce, and some chili powders because we're going to make it a little spicier, and some black olives, and then you'll see how we make the tamale pie. So come back and we'll show you some more stuff. Aloha. Okay folks, and we're back. So I've made my corn mixture. I've actually cooked it. So with the green chilies, the cornmeal, the evaporated milk, all that good stuff, add a little bit of cheese. And what you're going to do is you're going to add 2 cups of the cornbread mixture that's cooked obviously into a 2-cup container, and it doesn't have to be precise. Obviously I need my glasses because I can't see because I'm old, but that's okay. They said old, is the new sexy. I don't know. So that's about 2 cups. So we're going to do that. And then I actually have my oven at 425. I have a 13x9 container. I'm going to add some plastic wrap to it just so it doesn't get funky. So, again, this is really, the ingredients doesn't cost a lot of money because when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. So I kind of do, I do splurge, but for this stuff, it'll feed a family of 12. So this is a 13x9 pan. So we're going to do that. And basically, yes, I need more kitchen space. So for my friends and family, we could use a bigger kitchen. But hey, so what you do, you just dump this stuff in here. It's going to stick on the bottom. You can't help it. But of course, I have to get 50 million other things just because. So you want to get all the goodness out. It's going to be slightly cooked at the bottom. So, but that's like that. So, excuse me for the reach in my back. So you're just going to do this. And like I said, the oven is going to be at 425. I should have started it sooner, but that's okay. But this is the bottom of the cornmeal mixture that I have. And this is like the pie part, or the crust part that you would say for your tamale pie. And we'll come back shortly and show you some more. Aloha. Okay folks, welcome back again. And now we're going to do our filling. This is actually, I took the rawness out of the onion and the bell pepper. I'm going to add my ground beef back. And I actually just use, because I do 80-20, hamburger. I just use the fat from the hamburger to saute the vegetables. And just, you know, get my beef all warmed up again. And do that. I'm actually going to use a can of corn. I did drain out the water. You can use frozen, but I figure, you know, we just have this, so it's good enough. We're going to do black olives. If you don't like olives, you can. You can also add some more green chilies, but I didn't have another can. So, or if you roast your own green chilies, even better. But, you know, I do about 2.5 cloves of garlic, give or take. About that much. Can never go wrong with garlic. This is enchilada sauce. And I'm just going to add, because I don't have enough, just a little kick. This is a chunky salsa. We're just going to add a little bit to it, just for a little bit more heat, because I don't have enough chili powder. Now, chili powder is to taste. However you like it, how hot you like it, is what you're going to use. Now, I know in my house, not too hot, because my wife says she's a super taster.
I am.
Whatever that means. So, and then you just incorporate all the ingredients. You want to get a little bit, you know, you stir it up a little bit. And do this. So basically this is what the pie filling is going to be, with all the ingredients. You just want to incorporate it. Obviously you're going to need a little bit more chili powder. Not too much again, because you can't subtract, but you can always add. So I think that's it, just because, you know, we don't get it too hot. So come back and you'll see how we put everything together. And that's it. Aloha.
One.
Welcome back, folks. Well, you can see our cornbread is all cooked on the bottom. That's our pie filling. It has everything in it.
How long did it cook?
It cooks for about 15 minutes. It just depends on your oven at 425. It says 15 minutes, but everybody knows how to check to see if it's done. It's like baking a cake. So use a toothpick, a knife, whatever you got. I use chopsticks because that's what I have. Okay, so the mixture is all ready to go. My wife says it's not overly spicy, which is good. And then what you're going to do, obviously use a hot pad, and you're just going to put it on here, the cornbread, at least until it gets a little bit lighter, because you don't want to have accidents. Because I've had accidents before, and I don't like cleaning up my mess. So, and if you make a little bit too much, then you can always use it for something else. But it should be good to go. Okay. So this is the mixture for the tamale pie. It's your filling. So it's all good with that. And then remember the 2 cups that you saved earlier in your measuring cup. And what you're going to do is you're going to put little dollops. And then actually what you're going to do, you're going to spread little things out, because it's going to do, you know, so like that. You're basically making a pie crust for the top. That's all you're doing, and it's gonna cook. I use a cookie sheet because I don't like to clean up my oven. So, you know, if you're confident that it's not gonna overflow, then you don't have to do that. But I'm not that confident, so I use a cookie sheet underneath. So you just spread it out so it looks, you know, more uniform. So there we go for that.
That had to be perfect. So
I also, my little cookie sheet I have, I put tin foil. Again, I don't like doing dishes. But put that in the oven, of course, just because. Try not to burn yourself, but part of cooking is burning yourself. Let's put it on like that. This one, you're warming it up. You're cooking the dough because you're also gonna add cheese to it. Maybe about 15 minutes, check it and see, and we'll come back and we'll put some cheese on it, turn the oven off, let the cheese melt, and we're ready to have some dinner. Aloha. Welcome back, folks. Actually, the pie itself is pretty much done. I'm gonna leave it in the oven while I put the cheese just because, and maybe not, I don't know. Maybe we'll just take it out. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. I never said that I did. So if you make a mess, have a wife clean it up for you. No, I'm just teasing because my wife just gave me that look.
No, just leave it in there.
Yeah, we're just gonna leave it in there. So what you do, any kind of shredded cheese, as long as it's orange. You can do a blend, you can do one flavor, it don't matter. I'm using actually a blend of cheese. And you just pretty much put it all over the place. Obviously, so you can tell I have too much stuff and not enough room, but that's okay too. So you put as little or as much cheese as you want.
We love cheese.
We like a lot of cheese, but you don't have to do this craziness like I am right now. But you know, like I said, you can put a little bit or you can put a lot. Okay, well that's how it will look. So if you get asbestos hands, you can do this. If you don't, or if you're not confident, don't do it this way. Bring it out and actually put it in a bigger cookie sheet. That's the key. You know, so, but we'll get it out, and then the cheese is gonna melt. That's basically all you're doing. Put it back in the oven and let the cheese melt. Actually, I turned the oven off, so maybe because it was at 425, the oven, and it's still really hot, so maybe about 10 minutes. Check it again, see if it's all melted. If it's melted, then just bring it out and be extremely careful when you do that. And we'll come back shortly and we'll show you the finished product. Aloha. Well, folks, we're back again, and this is completely finished. And actually, you can see the cheese is nice and melted. And this is like lasagna. You just need to let it sit because it's all gonna be soup if you didn't. Be careful when you grab it, just because, you know, I try to use as small a dish as possible instead of the big one. And then put it on a widget, I guess, whatever it's called. Trivet, okay. And that way you're gonna let it cool for about 10 minutes. You're gonna let it cool, and it'll look like that. And then what I'm gonna do is put some green onion on it, but you don't have to do that. You can even put more like jalapeno peppers on it, but it's spicy enough. So please try this. I think everybody will like it, and we look forward to seeing you folks again. Aloha from Kimo's Oh No Grinds. Aloha. Aloha, folks. Like this video and subscribe to my channel for notifications. Aloha.